Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, and I'm here today to talk to you about some more cricketing things. These are a little bit more advanced, but I needed to show you them because remember when I talked about this box card with Laurie Whitlock? It reminded me that I had these beautiful strawberry box cards that were similar but different. And the reason that they're similar is that they're both box cards that fold flat for easy mailing. So that makes them very similar, and also, of course, the strawberries. But the thing that makes them different is that it's a very detailed, very kind of labor intensive and detailed card that with Laurie, the designs are very simple and very clean lines, and with these ones that are made with a very talented designer Mary from SVG Cuts, these are like little works of art in a box card. So Mary has taken the idea and the whole premise of a box card, said, yep, I can work with that, and put her little spin on these delightful cards that I wanted to talk about. Now, this one here is I love this one. You can put a little message here, and it's got all kinds of the stuff that makes it look like they're floating. And then for the little princesses in your life, oh my gosh, how adorable, right? It's a castle. And not from this collection, but from this designer, is a pineapple. And yeah, it fits in a regular envelope. Isn't that amazing? So we're going to be talking about this designer today. It's the company name is SVG Cuts. The woman that runs it, her name is Mary. She's a sweetheart of a woman I've only met her through email and what have you. But she's just a sweetheart. She's very quiet and very humble, and I really enjoy that about her personality, and also extremely talented. And she's come up with not just one type of box card, but multiple. And what she does is she sells her box cards as a grouping. Well, she sells all of her files because she's an SVG designer. So she sells all of her files in a group. And that's what this is. This is one of the groups. It's called box cards. So this is an older file because she's now come out with many, many more groupings. And what I do is when I buy them, so clearly this is just one of 9 folders that I keep that have all my SVGs that I've purchased. And you see that that's how I organize them. I organize them by the type and by the season or holiday. So anyway, when you buy something like this, you're probably going to pay somewhere in the range of $7 to $10. And you might think, well, I could buy a card for that. True. You could buy one card for that. And there are a lot of people that sell their SVGs and they're just 99 cents or they're a couple of bucks. And they're just, the point being that you're not just getting one file. You're not just getting one simple file, because that's what you're usually paying for with a 99-cent file. No, usually with Mary, you're getting 5 or sometimes more, but I think it's 5 different cards, very different cards. These are not just sort of variations on the theme. No, if you want variations on the theme, yeah, she gives you those too. Look at that, all the extras that you can play with. And then she also gives you this, and this may be unusual for all of her newer groupings, but this one is just basically a box card, so you can take the idea and make it your own, right? So in that $5 or $6, $7, $8 that you pay, sometimes up to $10, that you pay for a grouping of SVGs, ask yourself, is it worth it? Am I going to be getting, you know, more than one design that I can play with? Because to be frank, you know, I don't have that many princesses in my life. And so even though this is a fabulous card, how many people am I going to be sending it to? Probably not that many. But I adore strawberries. I love, love, love them. And so, as you know, and so I'm going to be giving out more of these than a princess card. Okay, sorry to ramble on and on. Let me just give you a show of how these are put together really quick. They are not, I'm not going to go into as much detail as Mary does. And yes, she does offer these very extensive videos as well, just like the folks over at Dreaming Tree do. So I'm not going to go into that much detail. Just want to show you how uncomplicated these designers are making things for crafters, for Cricut crafters. So stay with me, okay? And we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so today, as I mentioned in the intro, that we're going to be working on a box card from SVG Cuts. And this one that we're going to be doing is the Strawberry Basket box card, which completed looks like this. It folds flat, easy mailing, and then opens up to reveal this fabulous three-dimensional card. So these go together very similarly as Lori Whitlock's designed box cards do, but they're just different because they're from a different designer. They're smaller, a little more detailed, a lot more little tiny features. So I wanted to just show you what I do. First, I cut it out, and this is fun. This is a fun part because you can cut out, pick, you know, patterns. Like I picked polka dots for this particular version. Where's my strawberries? I picked polka dots, you see, and then I picked this for the flaps. And also this thing here with this, it's actually embossed. So once I picked out the paper and cut it out, then I ended up with all my pieces. Now, this is where you got to stay with me, okay? First, put all of the details on this. This is the exterior piece. Then go back and fill out, and there are 5 inserts. Don't get freaky about that, okay? But there are 5 inserts instead of the usual 2 or 3. So just don't worry about it. It goes on really, really quick. So once you get them all cleaned up, you actually take this piece and you close it up, right, with your glue, and then you can check and make sure that, you know, that it's going to fold correctly and all of that. And then you start adding the inserts. I know I said there's 5, but really this is counting as an insert, number 1, and this one's counting as an insert, even though it's just kind of glued onto the inside edge in the front and then in the back. And then we've got the other 2, right? And you see what's great about them? It says 2 on it, and it says 3 on it. And they all have a number on that. So you just start from after you put those 2 in there, you start from the back and put in 4. And then you take 3. You put your glue there, and you're going to line it up with the front of number 3. Put your glue in there, fold it a couple of times, so that you're making sure that in addition to getting those inserts in there properly. And then what you end up with is this, right? And look, it folds flat. Oh, this one, and this happens sometimes. I just completed this one. So, oh, the glue stuck. Right, everyone, you know I'm not perfect, and so this is good for you to see. You know, I put it together, and the glue sort of, I put it all together and I didn't wait between pieces. And so the way middle insert got stuck on the back insert. So now I need to go back and re-glue it and make those changes. And you know what? You'll end up with just an adorable, adorable project to give away or to use as a decoration in your home. Isn't that lovely? Okay. Wasn't that fun? Oh my gosh, I love box cards. I just think they're so fascinating, and I especially like it when they've thought of all the details. And these are really quality cards that you could certainly give as presents. I've even seen people selling similar type of thing on Etsy, so individually, but also just so you can really make it special, make the occasion special, whether it's for a princess or you want to, you know, celebrate the beginning of spring, or you want to wish somebody happy birthday because they love balloons. It's all there. So don't be intimidated when you purchase one of these files. They're very easy to understand. You just have to take it slow. Make sure that you're printing and going through all of the instructions. It's a lot like putting together a Lego set, which if you know me for a while, you know that I'm a big Lego fan. And so the first thing that I do whenever I start a Lego project is I open all the bags up, and then I look at the directions and I read over the directions, and then I come back and start putting it together. But you got to check the directions. They're included and they're helpful. So thanks for coming today. I do hope that you consider visiting Mary's site where she sells all her SVGs. Don't get overwhelmed. Start with one grouping. Don't get overwhelmed and go and spend a ton of money on a bunch of different projects. Find one, and I know that will be a hard thing to do. I do, because our stuff is fabulous, but find one set that you really want to try and purchase it, download it, and let's get started making these box cards. I have a ton to show you from Mary. They're just fabulous. Okay, thanks everyone. It's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue, but you already know that, right? Thanks for coming today. And if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. And also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this wonderful good news about cricketing and Mary and Miss Rita to the rescue, I'd so appreciate it. And I hope you have a marvelous day and a great weekend.